Okay. So, I just read the ticket. So we have a Diamond 1 whose goals are to be Diamond 3 Champion 1. It's the next goal. Makes sense. First question. Did you watch a video that came out this week, which is the 6 essential mechanics to get to champion? Perfect. Because we're going to see if there's any of those areas that are problematic. Diamond 1. So basically, I put gold, half flip, and shooting. Shooting in gold, but with the subtext that it's for everyone, but starting in gold, we should work on our shooting. Then in plat, I put, I was gonna say flip preset, definitely not. Oh my god. Wave dash, dribble, and flicks. And I put in diamond fast aerial. And I think that to get champion 1, this is the bare minimum that you need. No, speed flip, I put it in champion. In champion, but as soon as you get in champion, you need to work on your speed flip. It could be in diamond, but I don't think it's mandatory to get to champion. Lenny, your brother doesn't speed flip and he's the peak champion too. So, everything seems legit in here. My controller, I have my pen. And recording started. Let's go. Now we're gonna try to not spend 2 hours on that tree. Oh, I don't like that. Good start. We made it 1 second through the replay. So, oh, but that's, yeah, but there's substance. Okay, no, okay, it's not that bad. People don't flip on kickoffs in diamond. The heck is that? Like, at least like scrub killer kickoff, you just do a front flip. Like gold can do scrub killer kickoff. The problem that I have with this is that if the other guy does proper cheat, okay, when you soft cheat like this, you're in the worst position. You're exactly in the middle between the net and the ball. So if he takes a shot on net, to save it, you have to travel. What do you mean, can you help? I don't need help, I'm fine. So you're in the worst position to touch that ball. Basically, what I do is I go to cheat normally what I'm supposed to do, like he is. Because right now I saw you boost to go, but like he's gonna beat you to that ball every day. But not go hard. I don't want you here. I want you, he had a good, we're gonna watch his kickoff. Well, we're gonna watch the result. Darned. Why would you cheat? Okay, forget the fact that he turned after. Yeah. That's a cheat. So this, you do that. And basically, you need to look at 2 things. Yeah. If he keeps on driving and just chips this ball towards net, you're probably screwed. You need to look at 2 things. You look at your teammates, and you look at their second guy. if their second guy goes for one of the corner boosts, it's possible that they're gonna do a back left or a back right. Unlikely in diamond, but still, if he stays in the middle, likely he's cheating, right? So you need to at least get there at the same time as he is. If not, it could be problematic. So it was great until he turned. Like, I don't know why he turned. Like, you guys in plat and diamond are afraid of ghosts. Like, oh yeah, I can't cheat because my teammate sometimes misses. Yes, but all the times that you do this and the other guy takes a shot and goes into your net, like, we don't talk about those. It makes no sense. So normally it should be a goal against you, and I suppose you're gonna score. Oh my god. Okay, so you preemptively jumped, assuming you were second on that ball to get a block if he was taking the shot, because you were too far. Okay, so you made a mistake to cover your mistake. We're not going the right way. We need to play the right way to not make mistakes. Yeah, well, punish them. Cheat and just put it on net. Your teammate gets the block, you get the mid boost. Good spacing with your teammate, I like that. Good patience. Good, good. Go. Okay. That's you don't need coaching. You just do that all the time. It's what this is what platinum and diamonds don't understand. Okay? This is perfect play. After the circus of the kickoff. Starting here, teammate gets a good 50. Okay? Picks up the boost, lets spaces with his teammate, and lets his teammate play. Okay? And then he can't get to the next one, so keeps some space. The guy gives him the ball. What he does, he takes the ball around him, touch to himself. The other guy goes for it. Like, okay, he beats me. Let's see what he does with it. Just stays close. And then goes. It's fine. We'll go through this one. I could try to Hail Mary something. Nervous. Oh, I know. Go on Yanis. No, I'm gonna go on free count. There you go. I'm gonna try to Hail Mary something. Neurasthenic underscore. That's early November. Diamond to play. It's a bit old. It's a bit old. Nope. We'll keep with that one. But still, you see what I mean about no, don't worry. So for everyone else in the chat, you saw how he played after the kickoff circus. This is like, if you notice how I play, that's how I play now, right? It's a bit faster, obviously, because we're a few rank over. So again, so that little S thingy, it is something I use, but when we get the kickoff side by side, if I do the same thing, the flip with a little boost, like I showed you the other guy did in the other, you end up too much side by side and it's going to freak out your teammate. So what I do is I get that pad and I follow without flip, or I flip, I don't know, I adjust my speed depending. But here, if you do this, you're not in line with the goal, and you're gonna show up late. And like, why take this pad when there's one? It gives this one gives 12s as well. The same thing. Like, go get the one that's in line with the ball. Unless you pick up both, but then you're gonna be 5 minutes late. Yeah, no, it's not, but you're not defending there. The ball's neutral. There's nothing to defend against. Like, you're trying to score as much as they are right now. The ball's neutral. Oh, okay. So, who's first? He's first. So let him be first. Like, what's he gonna do? He's gonna hit it in the sidewall and it's gonna come back to you. Just go get the boost and take that ball. Like you did in the other play. You let him play the ball to give it to you, and then you played it around him. Like, just let him give you the ball. That's what's fun in Platinum and Diamond. They're gonna give you the ball all the time. Yeah, a bit of panic. That's normal, but still good transition. You're a bit far. It's fine. What? Shooting. What I should do, you know, guys, what I should do? When we watch replays, I'm gonna count how many goals would have been scored if we knew how to shoot. How about that? There you go. So this is open. The guy, he's gone. Not one to defend. He's just leaving. Okay, so you put a shot anywhere in here, pretty much at any speed. I sometimes hit those so perfectly, it's like a dead ball. Yeah, you mean like, I'm not sure I understand what you, because a dead ball usually is not a good shot. Like a dead ball in baseball, it doesn't. Oh, okay, it's just a good hit. Yeah. We could take a look. Like, most likely you should go through the shooting tutorial, but can take a look what went wrong. Yeah. So if you notice where the contact was, plug in. I'm just gonna explain it once. I'm not gonna explain it every time. So yeah, slightly when you no, here, and then so you need to, basically what you're aiming at is this. So you need to hit that ball like that. What happens is you went a bit under and you side flipped. So it's too big no. So even if your car is positioned properly, if you side flip, you generate no forward power into the ball. What we want is throw it that way. So if we side flip, it does nothing. It's like if we just drove into it. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you hit it. No. The second thing is you hit it with your roof. You were underneath the ball instead of, this square here needs to come and hit the ball there. And you flip when your square's about like this. You see what I mean? Oh, a single jump and hit. So jump and then flip. That's what you mean by your question? No, you need to flip into it to generate the power. I'm saying don't flip sideways. We want to flip forward. Eventually, we want to flip diagonally or like speed flip or stuff. Like you can play with your flip a bit, but like right now, flip forward into the ball with your front bumper. You put that against the ball and you flip into it. It's all explained in the shooting tutorial. Yes, that's usually what happens in lower elo. I remember doing that, and I was very good at it. I saved a lot of shots that would not have been on net with that. It's not. So another thing that could have helped you. Were you on stream when I was checking Lenny's replay? And I was talking about going around the ball. So you're going at the ball this way and you're trying to shoot there. It's actually pretty hard. I'm not going to talk to you about hair roll shots yet. You're not there. But eventually you can with hair roll shots, but it's much harder. So to have a better setup, you need to go around that ball a bit to be then facing the net with the ball in between your car and the net, and then you flip into it and you're gonna get better shots. Another thing I talk about in the video is when you shoot, let's say you have your car like this and the ball here, if you flip too early, your nose goes that way, right? When you front flip, and you end up like this against the ball when you shoot, and you just hit it like that, and you have no power. So you need to be more like this when you flip just before you make contact. Now you flip, so your nose doesn't have time to get out of the way, and it's gonna bang the ball, and that's when you get good power. So there's a lot of issues in your rank in shooting about the flip timing as well. So lining up good, flip timing, part of the car that hits. It's if starting in goal, everybody would put effort into their shooting, nobody would be stuck. Maybe in diamond, we might need a bit more than just shooting, but you'd be surprised how much easier it is when you can score those goals. Like, if every time you get a ball like that, you just put it on net, just 80 kilometers per hour, but it becomes like it's a given. That ball is on net. Like, you would win so many more games. Especially at that rank, because they're gonna give you those opportunities. I would side flip into this. it works out because they're just throwing themselves at the ball, but it's gonna be hard with the Dominus, to be honest. With the Octane, you can a bit more just stand behind it and the ball's gonna hit you and go their way, like I was talking about the challenges with Lenny. But yeah, it was fine. You had a teammate behind. Half flip. Are you comfortable enough with half flips that you could have a half flip there? It's a bit more advanced, but here you get bumped, you half flip, and you land with power slide. Yeah. So here you could have kept your momentum, half flip, power slide. You would have went on this line, and you wouldn't have lost your momentum. Would have been good. So when you're, what happens is, you see, you're not touching the ground. So it's like if you jumped. Sorry. So what happens? What video do I explain this? It's in the flip reset one. It's too advanced. So in Rocket League, when you jump, there's a timer that starts. Okay, you don't see it, but there's a timer that starts. And after, sometimes I don't know it by heart, I know it by feel, you won't be able to use your second jump. We're gonna call it the second J. The thing is, if you get in the air and you did not jump, the timer never started. Okay? And if your timer never starts, you can do your second jump forever after. So let's say you would use your boost, you would fly around for a whole minute, and you would flip, you would still have your flip. No, you only have one jump, but you have it forever. You have only the second one, but you have it forever. I can 415. I think it's worth it that I show you guys. I'm gonna take a few seconds. I have a plugin for that as well. I'm gonna make the demonstration that I wanted to redo that demonstration in a more approachable video for lower ranked player, because nobody knows that. Flip, is it in free play? Flip? No. Car color flip indicator. So when it's green, I have my flip, and when it's purple, I don't have my flip. You see? If you do like a quick jump like this, you're gonna have your flip less long than if you hold the jump a bit longer. Okay? So right now I'm in the air, but I never jumped. Right? See, I'm staying green. I still have my second jump. Yeah, that's what's so strong about ceiling shot. And look, I can flip. We can't see for your layout stuff. Did you notice how long I was in the air before I flipped? The car was green, so I had my flip. See, I'm in the air, but I didn't jump, right? I fell off the crossbar. No, nobody knows that at your rank. So the car is green, I have my flip. and I can flip. And another thing that you lower rank don't understand yet. Did you see? I lit my flip back up by landing on the ball. That's what we're doing when we're flip resetting. So, yes, when we go to the ceiling, that's what we do. We get our flip reset like that. No, I'll show you after. So what we do when we get a ceiling shot is we get our reset of the ceiling, and then we can take our time to bring that flip to take our shot. And when we flip reset, we basically bring the landing surface with us to reactivate our flip. That's what those mechanics are for. So if you get bumped, where is that thing? Sorry, I'm just looking for something. So it's most likely in here. And then pre-jumper dribble to. I'm gonna start at the end. Recovery plugin. So this is gonna bump me around. So I'm gonna be driving, and it's gonna bump me. Okay. So if I don't jump, I have my flip. So what I was saying is you got bumped. You could have half flip to recover. Or you could, you know, whatever, depending on where you're trying to go. See, I can half flip and recover. That one I think comes already built in. So you just need, basically, you're already in the air, so you only need to jump once to jump for your flip, right? Make sense? Stop. I wanna go here. Our flip indicator. I think that's it. We're gonna be back to normal. So we're gonna go back to replay, and I forgot what time we were at. Stupid mouse. I hate that my mouse does that. I can't leave. 4:15, thank you. I scored a goal. You just remind me, I scored a goal recently. I was on the sidewall, I got bumped. I managed to fly, recover, and then I surprised the goaltender because I still had my flip because I was bumped. So he never saw me take a flip reset or go to the ceiling or anything, but I knew I had a flip because I didn't jump. So Lenny went and tested it because he didn't believe me. 4:50. Yeah, so see now that I showed you when I was getting bumped to have flip, if here you have flip, like you're still in the game. right? There, like, you lose your momentum, so you use boost, and so I went back too far here. You did a side flip. Side flip doesn't help you go faster. So if you're gonna use a basic flip, you want a front or diagonal. Side flip is no good. You're a bit far, but it's fine. Teammate's gonna cut. It's a detail. I don't like that you decided before the contact. You're far enough that it's fine. It's a detail, but you could be facing forward here. I took a second to make sure. Yeah, you can't. You need to chill and play the game that's in front of you. Because if you try to guess, sometimes you're going to be right, sometimes you're going to be wrong. But we're not trying to have 50% odds on our win chance. We're trying to have better than 50%. And if I don't want to say far enough because I don't want you too far either. If we're well positioned, there's nothing dangerous even if it goes wrong. Okay? So, still fine. You're still first to that ball. What you gonna do with that? That's good. Okay, dude was just parked there. So here you panicked. I suppose you tried to catch that ball? Catch and flick? Am I right? Okay, but how did you plan to touch it over him? By landing the ball in your car and flipping? Or just... Okay, but by catching the ball. Okay, another thing you can do here, easier. There, he gives you so much space. Let the ball bounce. Like you see him, he's far. The ball's gonna bounce, and right after, boom, power shot. Much easier, much more constant. And it's funny, I'm starting to see a trend about platinums and diamonds. Like, I'm not good at this, so I'm gonna do everything I can to not have to do this. Why not practice this so we're not afraid of it, so we have more tools in our bag? You're not the first one. Everybody has an area of the game that they're not comfortable in. And that's what I've been doing for the past 3 months. I was not comfortable in the air with the ball as a Grand Champion 2. Okay? So I had to put 3 months into trying to catch up with other people my rank. If you start now, in a week or two, you would be as comfortable as the others in the lobby. Like, you're not that far behind, you're just diamond. Like, they're not double resetting in your lobbies, right? Like, people in my lobbies, they double, they triple, they quad reset when they want to. You know? Not all of them. Some of them. You know? So And the other point that I would mention, you were afraid of the bounce height. So this is, yeah, I love the diamond. Diamonds can be sweats all they want if they could actually have control in the air properly like a GC2 could. They wouldn't be diamond anymore. Don't care how sweaty they get when they play. And the other thing is that, do you see the height of the ball? Like you've dropped a basketball in your life and it bounced, and the bounce is always, hey creator, the bounce is always lower than the original height you dropped it, right? So this is the higher it's gonna bounce. It's gonna bounce lower than that. And anyways, I didn't say that I wanted you to hit it here. I wanted you to hit it here. No, we just don't think about it. It's fast paced, and like you said, there's areas of your game that you're not comfortable in. And comfort is very important in Rocket League, because a lot of people go, yeah, I know how to do that. Okay, you know how to do it, but how comfortable are you with it? What's the percentage of the time that you miss that mechanic, you know? Are you, like I was asking you about half flip, how comfortable are you? Are you able to half flip when you get bumped? Apparently not, you know? So you could use more, you know? It's the same, it's actually the same inputs. It's just the time window shorter. It's more stressful, and you're pressed, and yeah, it's different. But like, ask a GC2, can you half flip if I bump you? Well, yeah, of course. Like, what's so hard about this? Like, you probably have flipped 1 million times or 2 million times, you know? So yeah, for the shooting, if you could have given yourself a bounce and just put a power shot on net, but your option was fine, was just much harder, and you basically had no body defending you. Yeah, you had space. Like I talked to, it might be a bit advanced. Like the rotation went on the opposite side of the field. That's good. Try to pick up pads. So even if you're going to get this big pad, this big boost, that's not there, by the way. Like, you picked up this one, you picked up this one, that's great, but you can like take this one and then turn there, right? You like, you went in between those. Right now, yeah, D1, but to be honest, it's pretty clean gameplay. I think yeah, she's gonna be fine. Gameplay is pretty clean. I think you know, a little work on shooting and stuff, and should easily gain a few rank from what I saw so far. Where were we? Turned out like that. Yeah, the pads. Did you talk to me? Okay. Okay, yeah, the pads, I remember. So you could have, it's a bit peaky, but you could have picked up that pad as well before going for the mid boost that's not there. And then with 36, you could have turned onto that ball. You know, if you get this pad, you could beat him if you stop flipping a bit. So pick up pads, turn into it. So you could have been a bit more aggressive there. Most likely, well, it's so fun to play in this lobby and just give you the ball. As long as you do something potent with it, like, you're gonna climb. Yeah, so there. Yeah, on this rank it's crazy. Again, it's a bit peaky, but you don't have boost. Chipping it in the air, like everybody in the lobby can get to that ball but you. Oh, but it's normal, Norris. We're trying to figure out why. Well, we have a track which is shooting, and I'm starting to think that there might be missing a tad of aggression. So there tends to be two extreme. Either the person is a monkey and jumps everywhere and yells at his teammate, or is super far from the play and patient and stuff, but then at some point you need to put them in trouble, right? Because if you absorb and absorb and absorb and absorb, eventually you're gonna break, you know. So it needs to be some kind of ping pong. Yeah, so here in this case, if I go back, see, we don't know. Could be a small patch or something. So about the comment about teammates. So you play, he plays. Now you need to give him a few seconds. You see him, he took their back corner. But now he's back. If you make a play and it doesn't work, he's gonna be there. If he screws up, it's gonna be on him. It's not. They are. That's the problem with the very passive players. So there's 4 people in the lobby right now. There's 2 blue and there's 2. I have an actual orange and there's 2 orange. Okay, you're him. So you're the circle one. I don't know how to. I could have put the nan in it. There you go. Nerus is here. Okay. So under the same type of pressure, he should miss as much as these 2, right? They're all the same rank. And I don't put you into that because you want to climb, right? So we assume that you want to be better than them. So you won't crack as much under the same pressure. But they should be equally bad. I'm not going to say equally good anymore because we want to climb. So we're better than them. Okay? The thing is, if you don't ask them tough questions, they're not going to crack. So they're not going to make mistakes if you don't try to make them do mistakes. But they're going to make your teammate make mistakes, right? Even if you don't. If you wait long enough, there's something that's going to go through. You can't just wait all game. At some point, you need to ask them questions as well. You know, because you can play as safe as you want, but if you never have a good look on net, you're not going to generate enough offense to make the difference when you have a lousy teammate. So this ball you can't reach, don't jump. Because it could have been bad, because you could have been very out of position. That's another thing. If your teammate's bad, don't leave him alone. Happens. But in general, if your teammate's bad, don't leave him alone. So if you're trying to avoid if you can avoid being out of position. And it goes like click, click, click when you press on the boost and it's not going out here. Yeah, like that. Simple. Okay, play back. That's a very mature move. Your teammate probably went like, "Oh my god, what is he doing?" No, that was a good play. I think you had enough room that you could have turned on that ball, but it's fine. Well, so basically, you play it back, and you do this, okay? And if he whiffs the ball, by the time that it rolls in front of the net, if you rotate properly, it's going to be in front of you, and you just take the ball back. Like, I don't care about your teammates. So, if your teammates were the reason why you lose, it would mean that if I go into this lobby and I take control of your car, I would lose. Would I lose if I'm in this lobby? So what do we want? We want to climb. So F the teammate, like with the asterisk thingy. The TEAMMATE. We don't care about him. Yes, there's going to be games that you're going to struggle your life and it's going to be even late and he's going to whiff a ball and it's going to go into your net. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is to do things that give us better statistical chances to win the game. Yes, you're the only person that is on 100% of your teams. You're the only one that can improve to make your games better. Teammate doesn't care about you. I'm telling you. Like, stop caring about him. I'm not saying to jump over him and steal his ball. Like, you need to let him play. Because it's what's best for the team. He doesn't care what's best for the team. He wants what's best for him and what he likes to do. But you need to think about the team. So if your teammate's a monkey and goes everywhere, you let him go and you pick up the free balls behind. If your teammate doesn't go or anything, you might have to go more, right? You need to do what's best for the team. You need to fail to climb. Oh, I'm super good at telling you guys to do that, and I lose my shit on my teammates all the time. Don't worry about it. It's do what I say, not what I do. I got much better at it, but sometimes it's hard. Like, you know, I'm Grand Champion 2. Can I have teammates that know how to play the game? My teammates are brain dead. Like, they're very good with the controller. They press on the buttons right, but they don't understand the game, you know. I'm in Grand Champion 2, so like, don't get used to it. It's not gonna get better. Sorry. But I climbed in solo queue all the way from where you guys are now. I started in bronze, silver, gold. Yeah. And the other way around, like 1600s look at 1500s and they're like, oh my god, they're so bad. 1700, you know, so on and so forth. If you know how many times I heard, okay, because I hang out obviously with like high Grand Champion 1s, not borderline Grand Champion 1. High Grand Champion 1 to SSL players. Okay, that's the people I talk every day. And there's a lot of them that come to me and they're like, yeah, I really think it's too easy to get Grand Champion these days. I think it should be a bit more elite and they should maybe make an MMR change, make it harder, or we lose more MMR at the end of the season or something like that. And I'm like, you really want to tell that to 99% of the player base right now that like can't even dream about getting into Grand Champion? Like, they're it's when you get to a certain level and your skill, like even if I have an off day, I'm not gonna go all the way down to champion 3. It's impossible, even if I'm playing the worst Rocket League I played in the last few months, you know, because I mastered so many things that high champion 3, low grand champion 1 don't. So, and with my game sense and stuff, I would climb back easily, you know. Eventually higher in grand champion 1 it gets harder because I'm not, you know, that high yet. But yeah, so people lose sight of how big of a mountain it was in front of them to get to grand champion, you know. It's the same struggle then to get, like, for me to get SSL is just slightly more elite. Love your rotation here. So this is something that a lot of very high players don't do right. Cutting across the field like that. So you're supposed to rotate on the opposite side of the field, but sometimes you're on this side and you want to grab this boost, and it makes sense most of the time. But the big mistake that a lot of people do, they just keep on going like that. No. You cut across and you come back post and you get behind your teammate. It's great. You're very mature in your game. You probably watch some coaching or some rotational videos or stuff like that because what you're doing is making sense. We learned the hard way when we were their ages and playing a game, and there was no YouTube to watch a walkthrough or teach us how to do stuff. And now we're like, what? There's all this help on the internet for free? We had to buy a magazine back in the day. So walk to the store or take a bike, whatever, go to the store, buy a magazine that had tips on the game we were playing. And we had to scroll through, like there was no control F to find like the mechanic you're trying to learn or anything. We had to scroll through the magazine, read the whole thing to see, oh yeah, I'm stuck here. They're telling me I need to go back to third room on the left. There was, you know, pictures were bad. Everything was bad back then. We had to figure it out. Or we would call one of our friends that had cleared the game and can you come and show me how you did that part? Or like now I'm 35, you're 34, and I have like 40 years old in the chat sometimes, and I know, like, you go, it's right there. You just have to go watch a video, understand it, and apply it. And then there's the subtleties. That's why I'm here. You know, I pointed out a few things, but yeah, I can tell. I can tell that you know what you're supposed to do. Most likely with players like you, what happens is because you studied the game, your progression was most likely like that. So super quick at the beginning because you just rotated right and crushed everyone in the lobby. But then, why are you flatlining here? You know what the answer is? It's easy. I need to find the music track. Toop, 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 toop. Like in a quiz show. Do you know why you're flatlining? Like, to me, it's obvious. If you rotate like that, my GC2 teammates don't do that all the time. Well, shooting, yeah, but it's broader than that. What, like, champions or grand champions do that you don't? It's basic mechanics and it's advanced mechanic. That's it. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to go and hit some balls around and practice your air control and work on speed flips and, you know, all those things. It's going to be work, 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 work. Yeah, it's... And what I tell people is find something you like to watch, put it on the second screen or on your phone if you don't have two monitors or stuff like that. And if it's just free play, just free play. Free play is great. If not, what I started telling people, put one of my videos on the second screen. You might learn a thing or two as well at the same time. But it could be something more entertaining. But you're gonna have to hit some balls, man. There's no other way to say it. So yeah, dribbling, catches, aerial play. You're on PC? Yeah, you send me your replay, so you're on PC. So you have workshop maps, right? I'm gonna show you my routine after when I was your rank. I'm gonna keep on going. Great pass. Great pass. So this, you have a grand champion teammate. He's gonna love this pass. But I don't like the learning new mechanics because I know where it is going. I'm pretty sure you're the other type of player. Monkeying a bit more and very mechanical. Trying flip resets without having control of the ball. Oh, that's great. See? See? That's the other ball that I told you that you had to shoot instead of dribbling. That we can do the same exercise we had. Look at your contact in slow motion. See? You jump. Yeah, no, but your diamond, you could do this all game and you would win 5-2. But see, center of mass, okay? You're aiming at the middle of the ball. You have a slightly upward, like you could have jumped, if I want to be peaky, you could have jumped slightly later to have a bit more upwards, to have a more, like, you would have more power because of that, you know, it would have went further because it would have been a bit higher, but it's fine. And then we almost don't see it. You flipped like just a fraction of a second before hitting the ball. So you got that impact with the bumper as you hit the ball. This is a good contact. That's how we hit balls in Rocket League. That's it. Like I said, you could have jumped slightly later. It would have been better, but not a biggie. Like, eventually you put balls on net like that, eventually they're gonna miss it, or the guy in front's gonna try to go like he did and it's gonna fake the second one. Like, you could score with a ball like this. No, you need to so you don't need that boost. Going for it's not the end of the world, but you're first man here. Your teammate shouldn't have to go over you to go on that ball. You need to go. So I think this is where you're gonna struggle. And yes, sometimes you might get your teammate behind the head, but it's not gonna help me to miss swallow my water. Yeah, you need to go on that ball. But yeah, sometimes you might get hit behind the head by your teammate, but like, might as well be you trying to do something better than that, you know. Yeah. So your positioning is good. but you did that thing again where that's free ball. Sorry. I'm losing my voice, man. So this is free ball. You're just not in position for it, and you're not comfortable in the air enough. So basically, what I explain to people, and you guys all do that, whether you're a passive player, an aggressive player, you all do that. What we see in, like I was going to say actual sport. It is an actual sport, but whatever. So you want a pass from teammate and then shoot on net. That's not how Rocket League works. Sometimes in threes it's more often. In twos it's gonna happen when you both are like in midfield and there's the ball cleared weakly towards teammate, and you show him that you can shoot. He could pass it to you. Let's say if he's like this, he can't shoot on net, so he might pass it to you. In this situation, it's not gonna happen. Okay, so if we go back to, okay, so we look at this and we need to figure out, there's two things: which balls are dangerous from this situation for our net, and which balls are going to be dangerous for their net, which is going to be the ones that we can go for. Make sense? Because we're in twos, we need to cover both. So the balls that are dangerous would be if someone would challenge that, which is not the case. In fact, the teammate's just going to give it to him. So a power here from there towards our net would be dangerous, right? And what would be dangerous for them would be a ball that goes over the first guy that's creeping out, and as it goes over this corner, we're there to tip it in. Yeah, but whether you're expecting that or not, you need to be able to do these two jobs. What if your teammate does something good? So you never want to be in position if your teammate does something good. You're gonna get good teammates sometimes, or you're gonna get bad teammates that had a lucky hit as well. But like you need to be there if he does something good, right? So how can we cover the most possible? Let's say it pinches and goes into our net at 200 kilometers per hour. There's nothing we can do. Okay, so scratch that off. Don't care about pinches. What happens is most people, what they do is they hang out in midfield, and whether you trust him or not, that's the best statistical play to do. Whether he's good or he's bad, most balls, what I'm going to show you, are going to come back in this line, or you're going to have to go up this line to go score it. Everything's going to happen here. If he gets the perfect shot at, like, you're in the US, right? So you're probably in miles per hour. So over 60, 66 miles per hour, like a banger. Oh, you're in UK. Easier. 100, 110, 120. Oh, but you're still in miles. Jesus. You guys, Imperial. So over 60, 65 miles per hour, like top net type thing, it's going to be hard with your movement mechanics, okay? But normally from the midfield, you're supposed to. You might miss because you need to make a save backwards type thing. You're not there yet, but still. Like, we need to play how we're supposed to play and then work on our mechanics to be able to do the things that we need to do, right? It's not like yeah, I'm gonna play with crutches and I'm gonna adapt my play with it. No, it's like try to heal, get rid of your crutches, and play the game normally. So, what I tell people, I think what's the most visual thing is basically we wanna, yeah, but work on your mechs. Don't try to screw with your positioning. It's generally good. There's a little tweak like this one. What I tend to tell people, it's awkward here, but I draw a line. Let's say teammates here with the ball. I draw a line through the ball. Okay. And this tells you about where you're supposed to be. And the more the ball goes this way, the more you go this way. So the closer the ball is to the net, the more you can move forward towards it. But then, you know, that line's gonna move. You need to follow the play. You don't need to be ahead of the play. You don't need to be here to score a ball here. Of course, at first, when you're gonna try to apply this, you're gonna get there late. Or, you know, you're gonna move forward, but then they might get a good hit around you. You know, it's gonna happen. Yeah, no problem, Lenny. But generally, we want to move with the ball sideways and getting closer to the net. And basically, depending on a lot of factors, you might be going more forward or less forward, depending on your optimism. The only time that I'm on the opposite side of the field is when we have, well, I do my play and I try to demo, get the back boost, and I turn because my teammate is passing. Or we get a, you know, their second guy dives on their attack and we get a good clear, but we're chasing the play and they're chasing behind us, and when you score it quick, your teammate's gonna go around and just swing at it to get it in front of the net as fast as possible. Then I tend to go off wing to give me more time to shoot on net. It's going to be harder from here than from here. But in those cases, we're not really, we're assuming basically that there's no defenseman, right? We're assuming that the ball crosses, which is not the case there. They're both there and they're both well positioned. We need to beat them. And how we beat them, your teammate needs to be the first one, and basically this is what we're looking to score. So if I take this example back, and you're a bit more here on the play, and you move forward, and then, see? There you can go for this ball. When it pops like that, you need to double jump aerial. Fast aerial, and this is shootable because the ball's arcing like that. By the time you get there, it might be around here. It's not an easy shot, but it's makeable. We take that same ball and, like, you're not facing it, but let's say even you're facing it and you're here. What are you gonna do? If you go for that ball, you're gonna swing it in the corner and it's gonna come back here. And they're going to counterattack, and you're going to have no boost, and you're going to be behind the play. Like, the difference is night and day between this ball and this ball. This could be a goal. It's very hard, but this can never be a goal. So that was a long explanation of why. Don't be scared. Like, it's a hard one because we try to avoid, see the ball's coming in a line like this and you're like right underneath the ball. We try to avoid that. we tried to be a bit more here to then intercept that line. And let's say you would have had a shot on net, that save is much harder than if you're more like here and saving it like that. The other one's like over the shoulder type thing, it's much harder. The other thing is, if we were a bit more on the side and he gives us a ball like this, right now you're trying to like turn it around. You can dribble it all the way to your corner, get the full boost, and then counter attack. So this is diamond 1. Okay, so you just missed Scott. So you know that that concept to absorb the pressure. Okay, but you were going that corner, but the guy was gonna fall there. The other corner was better because it was gonna fall there, so it was more away from him. Yeah. I knew it. Yeah. So here, personally, I'm turning like this. It's not clear because we're looking in the air back. It's very situational then. So in this situation, like you're playing 2v2, right? So one just went, there's a second one, and he sees the same ball as you, and he sees you not jumping. Therefore, what is he going to do? He's going to go for it. Your teammate is taking 50 minutes to rotate, but whatever. You turn this way to the ball. Most likely, I would have turned this way. Because if something happens bad, I don't get there in time to beat him, I can be between the ball and the net. By turning this way, you get it at the same time as him, but like you're not blocking anything, you're hitting the same way. And that's what happens there ish. Like I would have rather like get away and you know, get better vision type thing. It's like you never saw him. Yeah, that left turn forces you to beat him. So if you're doing that left turn blind, you need to go. It's like kitchen's on fire type thing, you know? Yeah, so we're talking to a diamond 1. So yes, he could have used the scar cam here. The problem is that his car cam is facing there. You know, he's a bit awkward, to be honest. He might have seen him, but it's like the cam, you know, would have swung like this. It's awkward. You're right. That's what I would have done while turning forward, and then I would have beat the guy. But how can I say? You could do that sometimes, Nurus, but I think you could, in this case, using the joystick, it's much harder. In this case, I think you could have just conceded that ball because it's right above you, right? So you could have conceded, rotated wide, like yes, you come in first post, but you would have been in a better position. Most likely would have saved what he was shooting at you. I think it was reasonable because you're defending. The other thing we need to remember, he's defending a 2v1, just went on a challenge. Like, he has some time, he could use it to reposition and play goalkeeper. You know? Like, look at that shot. points. If he turns the other way around, he's good. He's just gonna boom it back into their net. You know, he's in diamond. Like, so the original tip came from good is champion 3, low GC1. So he's not wrong, but I don't think it's as applicable now. But yes, when the ball's above you and you want to beat the guy in front of you, you can get into car cam, and basically you use the... So let's say you put yourself in car cam. See? The ball's here, the ball's here, the ball's here, and then you see the guy jump. You can jump to get higher than him. Because you don't even need a good touch. He's diamond 1. There's no way he's gonna get a good air dribble. I actually don't know. I haven't tried anything. I'm in the coaching. They seem fine. I have people... No, training in game. I might have someone in game. It might be fine now. I don't know. So yes, you can get into car cam to look at the guy, and you use a circle on the ground that's going to be right underneath the ball, and you can use that to beat him to the ball. Generally, it's going to be the type of moment that you don't really care about the quality of your touch. Anything around him is going to be good. You could go for that. It's a bit... I think it's a bit higher. It happens. It's a big blind spot for pre-champion players. What rank are you, Dan? I don't remember. Aren't you like platinum? Okay. Well, you're 2 to 3 ranks ahead of him. So yes, maybe, but just gonna get back here for people in the chat. This I am not sure that I can air dribble this into their net with 78 boosts, starting from a stop sideways. I can get a touch on that. That's about it. If you wait for the ball to come down, there's no way you're air dribbling it. That's not how our air dribble works. You would get 1 touch. It would have too much downward momentum. Moving on. Nice half flip. Miss a boost. Yes, that's the half flip with arrow left, right? So again, it's a bit advanced, but to keep in mind, you don't have to flip into this ball. Yeah, that's exactly what you're saying. If you're unsure about the bounce, you can jump. That makes sense. If you know how to wave dash, you can then land with a wave dash. That makes sense. But flipping into it is the reason why you're not first to that ball after. No. No. You know better than that. So I asked the question in coaching that I'm editing currently. Who should go for the ball? Question for the chat. The guy that's facing his net or the guy that's facing the other team? Yeah, it. You guys are not in trouble enough that would require you to cross the ball in front of your net. If like there was a blue guy coming here and he would have like the ball's more here, that he would have an angle on net or something like that, maybe. In this case, no. You just rotate and you get behind. And yeah, so you jumped a bit crooked, so that's why you side flip to adjust at the end. We talked about that. This is practice, single jump aerial. I like that you didn't double jump, because there's a lot of people that learn fast aerial here and would double jump on this ball. This is a shooting ball. It's a hard one again. It's a harder one, but it's a shootable ball. And if you see like that, so he's mid flip and he's, I don't know, he's coming this way for some reason. I don't know why. So there's nobody defending. It's open. It's a hard shot, but it was scoreable. Great positioning, like I said. So I would want you a bit more here, like I said earlier, because I see the challenge like that. Wanted to get the shot off, but yeah, car control way. It happens. You jumped a bit crooked. So basically, oh my god, teammate just puts it in. So normally, either teammate's gonna win and he doesn't need you, or blue's gonna win and ball's gonna be coming here. It's one or the other. Either way, you're required here, not there. The only time you would be required there is if there's a pinch in between, this way or this way. But if you're here, you're still first to that pinch far right, and you're first to that pinch that bounced on the sidewall. It's just a position that you're more likely to have the ball. Where are you at? I think I've got a fear of the ball flying over my head. Yeah, it's gonna happen. But how many opportunities do you miss because you're not there? You know, if we make the pros and cons, right? So you guys focus a lot on this, but never think about those. It's the same thing with the cheating. You're like, I don't trust my teammate on kickoffs, but the other guy on the other team does the same thing as you. He doesn't trust his teammate, so you would have a bunch of open nets. Yeah, I'm telling you to do it because it's statistically just better. It's our first kickoff. You need a flip somewhere in there. If you're not like comfortable, you don't want to learn the speed flip, we're gonna do what we call a scrub killer kickoff. So you're gonna front flip, and then you're gonna get to the ball, and you're gonna flip in the ball. I'm not gonna go too much in detail, but like you flip as you're getting that pad, not convinced of the timing, maybe slightly before you get the pad, pretty much at the beginning. You would take a few kickoffs, you would figure it out. We need to get to the ball faster than that. Soon, some people are gonna know speed flips, and they're gonna destroy you. Even with a single flip, they could, but it's gonna be harder. It's just this. If I notice you're doing that, you wouldn't touch that ball. Ugh. So normally, it's because I heard him. Yeah, it's how they're called. Because Crop Killer, a pro, was doing them. But it's just front flip and then kickoff. Here, so I heard him before we see him, but I can hear a blue car. Oop, here. Okay, that's coming this way. Normally, he's supposed to scoop this boost. So flipping to go towards this boost. Why? Like, you don't have enough crutches yet? Like, why wouldn't you want more information? So we hear the guy show up before he's in your screen. Okay, maybe you should charge them. So he's supposed to get that boost, therefore you can't have it, therefore flipping there, you end up on the same side as your teammates trying to play, and you don't have boost, so you're useless and in the way. Like, again, it's not normal that we see your teammate, you, the ball, and your net. There's something wrong when this happens. Good. I just want to point out, because why people are here are exactly for this pass, okay? But if you're here, you still score this goal. Right? I'm making sense, just to be clear, because people are like, oh, sorry. People go mid for exactly this pass, but it's very scoreable from here as well. But if they get a good touch, we're better here than here. But yeah, that was a nice single jump aerial flip, my side flip. In fact, that's something I like to do. You can actually front flip into this ball. You're like, yeah, but I'm aiming like beside the net. Yeah, but the ball's gonna be cross your half. Like, I would need to move just like one frame. So let's say your car is still not flipped. You would be like this. No, it's a better shot than, that's why I'm not telling him to take risks for fun. Because the corner of the car is stronger than the front bumper. Okay? And you can actually front flip into this, and because like that corner is gonna hit the ball's gonna go there. It would do pretty much the same thing, but you would have much more power. In this situation, it doesn't change anything. They're both not there. But when you end up starting practicing your shots, it's the corner of the car that you want to hit. So when you lose a kickoff like this, okay, whoop, whoop, I wanted to pause, Jesus. So you lost the kickoff, okay, we agree. And he, even though he didn't cheat it in the right place, he's going for that ball, and then your teammate, it's above your teammate, so it's more awkward for him than it is for him. Okay, so we need to get back quick. Okay, we cannot take the time to go for mid boost. It's too long. We need to pick up 3 pads here and be ready to defend. 1, 2, 3, 36. We have plenty to make any save. But that extra 2 seconds to go get that boost, like, we'll never get back on time. Oh my god. Not him. Not him. That's the ball. Yep. Players are killing me. So dude is like ultra patient here. He's like, gonna give me the ball. I'm gonna be patient. And then he rushes to just slam the ball in the corner. Like, why not come here, let the ball bounce in the corner, and then have at least some form of angle on net? How can you be ultra patient and then ultra impatient in the same play? It makes no sense. Like, so you got back in time because dude did that. Basically he gave you the ball. So normally it's your ball. Well, normally it's your ball, but your teammate was probably freaking out because he was in the sauce and you were nowhere to be found. Yeah, he goes for that ball every day. And the other detail is like, look on the field on this side and look on the field of this side. No, who has the best touch to have a good look on net after? There's no blue on that side and there's two blues on this side. Turned out it made a great pinch. Like, it's not the end of the world, but it's the type of thinking you could be like, okay, teammate looks like he wants to go for it. Like, do I try to beat him to that ball? Oh, well, the two blues are there. I'm just gonna let him play in the empty space on the other side. Like, you count 1, 2 blues. We're playing 2v2, so there's 0 left. Good, he can play behind me, is fine. Everyone's accounted for. It actually made an amazing pinch. Yeah, good patience. Too much patience there. So here was fine because you have your teammate behind you. You're supposed to have your teammate behind you. It's actually not bad. It's a bit close, but not bad. It's fine. Higher level, the guy would have popped it above you, but okay, but why don't you get closer? Like, I'm not telling you to jump at that ball and like pre-jump it, but you can still get closer to that ball because look from his point of view. Oh, so normally he's like, oh man, my teammate got dunked type thing. So he backs up and then he's like, oh, he's not going, I'm gonna go. Right? But if you're under that ball and he goes for it, you just jump. That's it. You just jump under the ball. You're gonna pop it over him and teammate's gonna score the open. Like, without throwing yourself at it, you don't have to be like crazy mechanic to just, you look at the circle underneath and the guy in car cam like we're talking earlier, and then boop, you just hit it there around him and teammate is there. He's gonna be he's gonna jump at that ball and score it. And even if he even if the guy goes on that ball and beats you, as long as you don't jump and eat the wall, you're back in time no matter what. So you just go. And then, oh, he beat me to that ball. Okay. and then you rotate and you let your teammate go next and you get behind him and you keep rotating like that. And if you do that and your teammate kinda does it, you should get so much offensive pressure in diamond. Like they're gonna freak out, because if you keep doing that, you're gonna force them to give the ball to your teammate all the time. All the time they're gonna give the ball to your teammate, give the ball to your teammate. Eventually something good is gonna pop out of that, even if your teammate's not good. See? It pinched towards your zone and you got back in time. And you don't know how to speed flip and you showed up with 95 boost. So yeah, you were a bit passive on that. I think it's unlucky because basically he wanted to challenge because he's supposed to be the first man, and his teammate cut right before, so he's closer than normally he would be. I think your positioning wasn't that bad. The only thing is I would want you, we talked about it multiple times, here rather than here. But yeah, basically you got beat, but you didn't throw yourself, so you're fine. Rotate back. Yeah, so yeah, good. You deserve this one. Oh, I don't really care about mid boost, to be honest. I would have rather be here and try to go for that, and you don't have it. We're gonna play another game. We get beat to this ball. We need to go back on defense. Which way do we turn? Ooh. No, Jardines, we get beat to the ball. We cannot touch that ball. We need to go back on defense. Yes, Dan, but which way do you turn to go back? Oh, you would half flip? That's what you're telling me? You would just half flip and go back? Oh. So, yes, you're right, Nurse. Chat's a bit weird. I'm surprised. Yes, we're trying to go back to net, that's what I'm saying. But we need to turn right to go back to net. Because we're gonna show up here. He doesn't even have boost on wall and he scored on you. We would show up here for this ball. Like, misjudge or not, you save this ball any day of the week. You misjudged it because you were in a bad position. Yeah. Yeah, and it's another common mistake. I do it as well. The difference is at higher level, what happens is my teammate does something, then he's out of the play. So I need to shadow, so I fake challenge, shadow defense. I need shadow defense until my teammate gets back, and then I need to let him go and rotate behind my teammate so my teammate can go. And sometimes I don't do that cut quick enough. And teammates hesitating behind me, he wants to go, and I'm not letting him pass, you know. But we need to rotate this way when we're on defense. Well, to be honest, even on offense. So yeah, you misjudged this one because you were underneath looking over your shoulder. It's much harder than if we're facing the plate. We talked about your weak sauce cheat. Yeah, that's fine. No, you can't leave that ball. Yeah, but I don't have boost. I don't give two craps about you having boost or not. It's your ball. You follow your ball. You try to get a 50. You don't throw yourself at it if you can't get there. In the other situation before that, no. No, it's your ball. It's your ball. You follow your ball until you cannot anymore. It's still reachable. You could, like, if you didn't turn, like, you're just there, and then you take that 50. You don't need boost to do any of that. And in fact, if you practice your wave dash, instead you jump off the wall, wave dash, and then you beat him to that ball, so you can actually like double jump it over him or flick it over him type thing. You could actually score of that situation with a bit more comfort into your mechanic skill. But see, now that you're beat to that ball, you cannot jump. Here, it's fine. You can drive towards him, but you're not allowed to jump because you never reach that ball. I don't care. You don't jump, you just turn. You did your job. You prevented him from controlling the ball, because from there he's not supposed to score on your teammate. From there, if he dribbles, he could flick you guys at the end, right? So we don't want him to control, but as soon as we force him to not control, we don't throw ourselves. I should see him off the ground there. Well, there's a giant trail of boost. Like, you're supposed to know there's a guy there. Like you see him, like he beats you to that ball. Oh, he's coming full boost. Look at that trail. Like, he burned so much boost. Where is he? Eternal fan. Okay, he didn't burn much in Supersonic, but from like 0 to 60 and no flip, no nothing. Yeah, so don't jump if you don't get... If you cannot get to the ball, don't jump. In general. Well, improvised. It was your ball. There, good shot. Great shot, in fact. Like, if all your contacts are on the ball like that, you seem to have a good like conversion rate on your contact on the ball, generally speaking. Yeah, you're a bit hit and miss, but to be honest, it's far from being the worst I've seen. Nah, no, I don't like that. So here, that's fine, but your teammate won and can't go for that ball again. You need to turn for that. That's free ball. I don't care that you only have 16. Yeah, no. You need, basically you need this pad, and the ball's gonna come this way, and you put it on net. Like, it's free again. There's so much free ball in your rank, and to have access to them, you need to be in the play. You can't always be getting big boosts. So it's a bit of your boost management. Yeah, well, no, you were probably not there when I played the 1v1 against the Champion 3. So basically, I'm bad at 1v1s, okay? So even if I'm a GC2, he should have beaten me in 1v1. Like, he almost did, and I had to score almost a buzzer beater, and then I had to score in overtime. But I scored, I think it's 3 of my 4 goals because he went for a corner boost that he shouldn't have. And then after the game, I looked at the stats and I had the double of the amount of small pads that he did. Double. He had like 40 something and I had 90. And so I was always in the play, and he would leave to get a big boost and I would shoot an open. So yeah, I can understand. But normally you shouldn't have flipped on that. Hey, there you go. That's what I was talking. You just had to get out of the way earlier. So first thing is, this is a great touch. Okay, you're just going a bit fast. If you had slowed down a bit, you could have taken a shot off of that. He's very awkward. He can't do much about it. It's open. Right now it's not, because you're too far forward, and now he jumps. So the fake is great. Great catch. Absorbed it. And this is the play that I was telling you to do earlier. You know, with the corner bounce that you didn't like, that I said you should just stay underneath and then you play it around the guy. Simply. But here, your job's done. Get the F away from here. I don't know. I had to take a break at some point, but it's interesting stuff. I like it. So here, yes. Here, the guy's beat. Right here, me. I flip away. I get away from here. My job's done. That ball's gonna hit and come back here, and it's teammate's job to put it in. If he's not there, well, tough luck. But there, you screw him up. Even if you don't block the shot, most likely you would have made him hesitate. Oh my god. Yeah, that's all they deserve. So yeah, they just double committed in your corners and you guys counterattacked. That's it. So what did I said that I was gonna show you after? Shooting. Oh yes, my training regiment when I was your rank. I remember. Took me a solid second. So I have ADHD and I don't have how do you say notion of time. I don't have I can't feel the time pass by. Okay, so I'm a big fan of timers. Okay, I use timers for everything I do. What rank was the coaching? He was Diamond 1. So, depending on how I felt in the morning, but it's that part, well, no, I don't really explain it. Depending how I felt, I would do 5 to 10 minutes of this. 5 to 10 minutes of this, and 5 to 10 minutes of this. That would be every day. So this, you're on PC, you said you have a workshop map. So speed jump rings. Yeah, no, I can. So speed jump rings 3. And I say 5 to 10 minutes because likely you won't be able to finish it. The first time, like even this level is quite a hassle to finish. Then there's one or two easy one, but like you need to practice it. There's no other way. And at first you're gonna be flying like this. And that's all you're gonna do. Even though it doesn't look like it, it actually helps. Okay. And then there's turns, so you need to use your air roll a bit type thing. Like you need to do that. But eventually you need to try to be like, okay, I'm flying like this way. I need to turn right, and a bit more and a bit more, and then slow down. What I like about this one is that there's a timer. So I need to point. I'm struggling to point to the top right corner. Well, for me it's there, but for you it's there. There's a timer. So depending on where you get in your 5 to 10 minute timer that you put on your phone, or even Windows, you just write timer in Cortana or whatever. There's an app straight in Windows. I used to use that. There's even a Bacchus mod plugin. Anything works. Put a timer, 5-10 minutes. But you could either you remember where you get at, or you remember the time that you complete the levels to see if you're gonna see improvements. You're gonna stay stuck on the same level for a few days in a row that you try this, but maybe the other levels before you finish them earlier, so you get to the level that you're stuck earlier, so you get more practice on the level you're stuck on. That's the first one. The second one is dribble. This one. I don't know if you've ever tried this. I missed. But yeah, so that's the other one. And the last workshop map. So I used to do this one, but from what I've seen from you, I don't think that's what you need to train. But for other players that struggle with their shooting, this is a great map to start getting good contact on the ball. Like literally, you put the timer 5 minutes, you're gonna take 75 shots in 5 minutes. And when you learn, arrow shot, you can actually take arrow shot. Whoop, I didn't want to reset. But you can I think focus of hitting it in the corner. But for you, I would tell you that you would be on the verge of having to do Biddle's consistency. This one. The first few shots are hard, so anything that you can put on net, like, take it. If possible, with a bit of power. But then, this one is this one, like, you could even skip it. But it would be a good practice for your fast aerial. Well, the workshop maps, no, you can't, but this you can. That's just a training pack. So the third one, you could even skip it, but it's not a bad practice to get in the air. This one is a power shot. So this one, it's the bounce. The second screen. Hopefully on net, but we wanna hit a finally. We wanna put a good shot on net. Yeah. I'm gonna send it to you guys, or you know what? I'm gonna put it on the Discord. Can someone in YouTube and in Twitch write !Discord? People that are not in the Discord, just join it. I'm gonna make a section with like training codes and stuff like that that could be useful. This one, for example, is a volley. You can't let it drop. So you need to take the arrow shot. So I think that would be a good practice for you. Talking at the same time. And I'm in window, so I'm struggling to hit the ball properly. Whatever. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. If you're interested in getting coached, please join the Discord and open a ticket in the channel coaching request. That's about it for today. See you next time, and good luck on the grind.